Welcome back everybody. Let's take a look at customizing the theme that you've just installed for your new store. So once again on the same page, online store and themes, click on customize theme. Now one thing to point out is that the customization options are different for every theme. So what you see here for this particular theme that I have installed will not be exactly the same as the customization options that you see for your own theme, because they vary from theme to theme. However, all themes will have certain options, so all themes will have basic options regardless, but some themes will have more options than others. And this is again where you can come to the customization part, and if you feel that you can't customize your theme quite the way you want, you can go and try a different theme. But I also advise you not to spend too much time worrying about the customization and trying to get it perfect, because you're never going to get it perfect, because no theme ever has everything that we want. The only way we get that is by getting some special customization done and paying for it. But a theme just on its own will not have everything you want. No theme ever does. So for example, this particular theme here, this is a theme that I actually purchased quite a long time ago, but now I don't really like this theme so much because there's a couple of reasons, and one of the reasons is that it has a very small footer, and that's one of the things I don't like about themes, because it's really good to have a nice big footer on your theme. So anyway, that aside, let's go take a look at customization options. So under general settings, this is where you can do things such as changing the colors of your theme and that kind of thing. Now most themes will allow you to change all sorts of colors, so you'll be able to pick from color palettes as well to get a different look and feel for your store. So take a look at the options you've got for changing the colors of your store and play around with that a bit, but just don't spend too much time on it. Now whenever you make any changes at all in the customization, you need to click save at the bottom. So for example, if I wanted to change something here and I wanted to choose a different color, I would then need to click save at the bottom for those changes to take effect. I'm not going to change this, but just to show you that. So let's go back. And let me also show you here how you change the style of your theme. So if you selected a theme that has more than one style and you want to check out the other styles, you need to find the button that says change theme style. Now for this theme it's here, but yours may be in a different place. It's going to be in this customization section somewhere. And when you change the style, you can see what it looks like, what your store actually looks like with the different styles that are available for your theme. And I'm just going to click cancel here because I don't actually want to change the style. So there we are, back to the way it was before. Now you may have some options for layout as well, which means you can change certain ways that your store layout displays. I don't have a lot of options for different layouts here on this particular theme. If I want to, I can change from rounded corner elements to square elements. I can change the mini cart if I want. The mini cart up here at the moment, that's a cloud. I could change it to something else. And I can change the background of the footer here if I want to as well. Currently I have it set to no background, but I could change it if I wanted to. Like so. Now under typography, this is where you can change the font of your store. So if you don't like the font that's already displayed on your store, you can change it here, choose a different one. And then the style as well, the weight, whether it's bold or not. So you could change that too. If you have social media options, this is where you can enter your social media, different social media accounts if you have any. Now currency, Some themes have the option of allowing the user, so the visitor to your store, to choose a currency from the drop-down menu. Now, in a previous lecture where we were looking at where you should be selling, which country you should be selling in, we talked about the fact that even though a user can choose a different currency on your store, so even if they can choose a different currency on your store, when they get to the checkout, they will see they will see the price that they're about to pay. They will see that in the original currency of your store, which is the currency of your own bank account, unless you use PayPal. So if you use PayPal, you can get around this. All right, now if you can't remember what I'm talking about here, go back and look at that lecture about where should I sell, which country should I sell in. Okay, because that explains more about this currency thing here and the issues that the things that can basically potentially go wrong when a customer gets to the checkout and sees the total price they have to pay in a currency that is not their own currency. Okay, go back and look at that lecture if you're confused here and you can't remember what that lecture actually said. Now, the default currency for my stores is euro, and the reason for that is because I live in Europe and my currency of my bank account is euros. And if your theme allows it, you can also customize the checkout as well. But the checkout that is actually default with the theme default checkout is usually fine. Now, other customization options that you will have is, first of all, you'll be able to customize the header, and that's going to be in every theme. You're going to be able to customize the header. So often you can customize the menu, and you can decide what size of font you're going to have for the menu. I've got this set at 18 pixels. You can change the size here, make it larger or bigger. It has a maximum size, and that's because if it gets too big, it's going to knock out the actual styling of the page. And if you're going to upload a logo to your header, you do that here in theme customization. There is no logo uploaded here for this theme. This is just the text of the store name. Now, if you have a sidebar, you can also format your sidebar here, what you want to display and what you don't want to display. If I didn't want the social icons, for example, I could untick this box and they disappear. And don't forget again, when you change something, click Save at the bottom. Now, this store has the option of having a banner ad up here. And if I didn't want this banner ad to display on all pages, if I didn't want it to display on any pages, I'd just untick them all, or just untick the ones that I don't want it to show on and tick the ones I do, etc. So I can have it showing nowhere or everywhere. Now, these options here for the collections, this is where you can add certain collections that you're going to set up in your Shopify admin area, and you can have those displayed in various places or different places throughout your site. So I can choose a collection here, and I do have some collections already set up on my store. If I wanted to choose one of these, I'd choose one. You can choose any collection that you have already set up in your store. Now, for this basic customization here, you haven't set up any collections yet. You can just leave that be and come back to it later. Now, logo list, let me show you if I just display that here. This is where, if you are selling brand name products, that you would list the brands that are being sold on your store right here. So if you have this option and you want it displayed, you can tick the boxes. If you don't want it displayed, you can untick the boxes. And footer, this is where you can do some customization to your footer. For this particular footer, there's absolutely nothing to customize because footer is virtually non-existent. But if you have a bigger footer, then you'll have some more customization that you're able to do there. The only thing I can do here is choose the menu which is going in the footer and decide whether or not I want to show payment icons, which I definitely do. And you definitely want to show your payment icons in your footer. Alright, so hopefully that's given you some ideas about customizing your own theme. But one more thing I want to point out here, almost forgot about it, is that the theme you choose, if it has a header image, this theme does not have a header image, but if your theme does, then you're going to need to replace the demonstration header image with an image of your own that's more fitting to your store. So in the next lecture, we're going to look at that because there's a very good chance that your store does require a header image.